This is a situation where you owe me one. Have a nice rest of your day.
It sounds like someone deliberately tried to hurt you.
Sounds like attempted murder.
I can't imagine how terrified you must have been.
I found out who did this.
I love you, Derek.
For one night, let me remind you of who you still are.
I fell in love with an inconvenient man.
Now you have to deal with the inconvenient consequences. You see how that works?
You couldn't possibly hurt me more than you already have.
Don't try me.
We got a problem.
Protecting the family is our priority.
Agreed.
See you around the neighborhood.
Beyond the Gates, new daytime series.
Joey and Leslie's partnership hits a major roadblock as he makes his demands crystal clear, and not everyone is ready to play by his rules. After airing a special MLK Day episode of Beyond the Gates, the show returns with a new episode on Tuesday, January 20th. The weekly spoilers focus on Joey and Leslie, who are finding their all-star team-up challenging. Joey lays down the law with his sudden business partner. Joey, John Lindstrom, entered into this business partnership with Leslie, Trisha Mangrant, because it was what Vanessa, Lauren Buglioli, wanted. But as long as he's using his deep pockets to help fund this free clinic, he has conditions that must be met. Call it guilt or another form of deflection, but Joey wants the clinic to honor Vanessa's late husband, Dr. Doug McBride, Jason Graham. However, Leslie has already named the clinic after herself. She didn't come up with the idea of the free clinic, but she's acting like she did. She's willing to dedicate a room to Doug, but that's about as far as her generosity goes. Joey has already threatened Leslie, but he's about to make sure she knows he's serious about his demands. Look for the corrupt casino owner to put Leslie in her place. How will Leslie react? She doesn't scare easily. Meanwhile, Vanessa shocks Nicole, Daphnee Duplaix, with scandalous information. Is this about Leslie, Ted, Keith D. Robinson, and Shanice, Ernestine Johnson? Or someone else? The Hamiltons experience an awkward celebration. It's unsurprising, given that Chelsea's, Ronnie Rose Mantilla, test results came back negative. However, Naomi, Ariel Prepeti, may have lied about hers. If that is what happened, how long will she be able to keep up the charade? And we also have to remember that if this celebration involves all the Hamiltons, including Haley, Mokita Goings, then the atmosphere will most likely be simmering with tension. Double if Andre, Sean Freeman, is part of the festivities. He doesn't appreciate Bill's, Time and Kyle duet, continued presence in every aspect of Danny's, Karla Mosley, life. Finally, Chelsea may not carry the BRCA gene, but this close call has shaken her up. As a result, she's looking at things through a different lens. And this will undoubtedly affect her relationship, according to the teasers. Chelsea's new lease on life causes friction with Madison, Kenja. In the episode's final scenes, as the immediate supernatural threat is sealed, though a cryptic shot of a crack forming in the largest standing stone hints at impermanence, the personal resolution is bleak. Elena is seen packing a suitcase in the master bedroom they shared. Martin stands in the doorway, hollowed out. There is no melodramatic argument, just the crushing weight of inevitability. I have to go to my sister's, Elena says, not looking at him. For how long? Martin asks, already knowing the answer. I don't know. I need to remember who I am without all this. The episode ends on two parallel shots. One is of Elena driving away from Ravenswood Manor in the pouring rain, the windshield wipers struggling to clear her tear-blurred view. The other is of Martin alone in the now darkened stone circle, placing a hand on the cracked monolith. A faint, sickly green light pulses beneath his palm, and his eyes reflect not relief, but a terrifying resignation. His secret is out, but the entity's hold on him is not broken. If anything, with Elena's stabilizing presence gone, he is more vulnerable than ever. Broader implications and lingering questions. Gwen's burden. Gwen carries immense guilt for forcing Elena's hand, setting up a complex dynamic for Season 3. Her empathic abilities, now heightened by the ritual, threaten to overwhelm her. Thorne's agenda. Dr. Thorne, witnessing the ritual from a distance, is not defeated. He obtains a vial of Martin's tears shed during the confession, whispering, pure, guilt-born sorrow. The perfect catalyst. His machinations continue. The village's division, the public nature of the revelation splits the community. Some sympathize with Martin as a lifelong victim. Others see him as a dangerous vector for the supernatural threats plaguing the valley. This schism will be a key political and social battleground next season. Elena's journey. Elena is set to transition from historian a helpmate to a protagonist in her own right. Her quest will be one of self-reclamation, potentially exploring her own family's deeper ties to the valley's lore. In conclusion, The Keystone delivers a masterclass in emotional and supernatural payoff. Martin's secret is not merely exposed, it is dissected, contextualized, and shown to be the active, rotting core of his marriage. The union does not survive the truth. What remains is the chilling specter of a man alone with his guilt and the malevolent force that feeds on it, and a woman driving into an uncertain future, free from a lie but shattered by its collapse. Season 3 will not be about reconciliation, but about the aftermath, a chilling new chapter where the most terrifying gates left to open are those of the human heart, broken and vulnerable to darker influences. Secrets deepen as danger, pressure, and deception collide in Fairmont Crest. The Beyond the Gate Spoilers weekly update for January 19th to 23rd features Jacob going undercover. Vanessa hits a bump in the road when she's accosted. Haley feels cornered. Who or what makes her feel that way? The Dupree sisters got their test results. Nicole's BRCA gene test came back negative, while Danny's was positive, which is why Nicole, Daphnee Duplaix, comforted Danny, Karla Mosley, while feeling a whole lot of guilt. Once Bill, Time and Kyle Duet, heard the news, he raced over to Danny's place to comfort her. Andre, Sean Freeman, eventually had to draw a line in the sand and let Bill know that comforting Danny was his job now, as Danny's husband. Naomi, Ariel Prepeti, turned to Ashley, Jen Jacob, for help scheduling her and Chelsea's BRCA gene tests. Ted, Keith D. Robinson, and Carlton, Robert Christopher Riley, had a long overdue chat, during which Ted admitted to his friend that he was moving on from Nicole. While it still hurt to see his business partner and his longtime friend with his ex-wife, he knew that Carlton was good for Nicole. Tuesday, January 13th, episode number 208. Anita, Tamara Tunie, returned home from chemo and immediately discovered that Vernon, Clifton Davis, had lied to her. Their daughters had learned the results of their BRCA gene tests. Nicole was negative, and Danny was positive. Anita couldn't wait. She headed straight over to Danny's, where she comforted and consoled her daughter. She also apologized for passing on the gene. Danny knew she had nothing to apologize for. The Duprees rallied around Danny while Nicole spiraled. Uncharacteristically, she got drunk, and Carlton took care of her. Meanwhile, Jacob, Jaiba Horges, and Elon, Malachi Malik, had a heart-to-heart, during which Jacob opened up to his father about what was going on with Naomi's family. Naomi played matchmaker of sorts after Ashley accepted a date with lab tech Grayson Perez. Jordi Villasuso made his debut. Thanks to Naomi, coffee became a double date at Uptown. Although Ashley and Grayson flirted over a drink, they then left to go back to her place. After he threatened Leslie, Trisha Mangrant, Joey, John Lindstrom, consulted with Bill on a legal matter, the free clinic he planned on funding with Ms. Thomas. Meanwhile, Haley, Mokita Goings, continued to enact her deadly plan. She added some of that toxic concoction to herbal tea and encouraged Bill to drink it.